Welcome, I'm Brendon Christian, Director at Christian, the law firm. In this clip, we're focusing on comparative advertising and we're answering the question, can your business advertise your competitors' prices on your website? The short answer is yes, you can. Please note, by way of a disclaimer, please note, we're focusing here particularly on the law applicable in England and Wales. The law in England and Wales. And so the short answer to the question is yes. Certainly in terms of the law of England and Wales, your business is permitted to advertise your business's competitors' prices on your business website. That said, please note, your comparative advertisement must not, stress, not contain any of the following features. And there are 10 in total if you want to make a note. I like to call these the 10 terrible sins. Please avoid these. Avoid these like the plague. Sin number 1. Your comparative advert gives false information or it deceives consumers. And this false information, this deception causes or might cause the average consumer to take a different decision about any goods or services or rights or obligations than they otherwise might have taken. So that's the first point. Your comparative advert must avoid giving false information or must avoid deceiving consumers. So that's terrible sin number 1. Please avoid that. Absolutely avoid that. Moving on. Terrible sin number 2. Your comparative advert fails to give consumers enough information about a product, and this causes or might cause the average consumer again to take a different decision about any goods or services or rights or obligations than they otherwise might have taken. So definitely avoid this one as well. In a nutshell, terrible sin number 2 is the advert fails to give consumers enough information. Moving on. Terrible sin number 3. The advert is misleading. The comparative advert is misleading. Please avoid that. Number 4, terrible sin number 4. The comparative advert compares products that actually do not meet the same needs or are not intended for the same purpose. Terrible sin number 4. The comparative advert compares products that do not meet the same needs or are not intended for the same purpose. Terrible sin number 5. The comparative advert, fails to objectively compare one or more material, relevant, verifiable features of those products, and, importantly, this may include price. I'll repeat, terrible sin number 5. The comparative advert fails to objectively compare one or more material, relevant, verifiable features, such as price. Terrible sin number 6. The comparative advert creates confusion between the advertiser and a competitor, or between their trademarks or trade names or other distinguishing marks or products of the advertiser and those of the competitor. So, to recap, terrible sin number 6. The comparative advert creates confusion between the advertiser and the competitor, or between the trademarks, trade names, or other distinguishing marks or products of the advertiser and those of the competitor. Terrible sin number 7. The comparative advert discredits or denigrates the trademarks, trade names, or other distinguishing marks, products, activities, or circumstances of a competitor. I repeat, terrible sin number 7. The comparative advert discredits the trademarks, trade names, or other distinguishing marks, products, activities, or circumstances of the competitor. Terrible sin number 8. The product advertised, which has a particular designation of origin, is compared to a product with a different designation of origin. That's important. Terrible sin number 8. The product advertised, which has a particular designation of origin, is compared to a product with a different designation of origin. Terrible sin number 9. The comparative advert takes unfair advantage of the reputation of a trademark, trade name, or other distinguishing mark of a competitor, or of the designation of origin of competing products. I'll repeat. This is terrible sin number 9. The comparative advert takes unfair advantage of the reputation of a trademark, trade name, or other distinguishing mark of a competitor. And then finally, terrible sin number 10. The comparative advert presents goods as imitations or replicas of goods with a protected trademark or trade name. I'll repeat, terrible sin number 10. The comparative advert presents goods as imitations or replicas of goods with a protected trademark or trade name. If you'd like more information on this, please visit the website of the Office of Fair Trading. And for those who don't know, the Office of Fair Trading is effectively the legal backstop of the Advertising Standards Authority in England and Wales. It is a regulator. The Office of Fair Trading is, as its name suggests, looking at fair trade practices within the marketplace, the Office of Fair Trading. And so these 10 points have been taken directly. These 10 points have been taken directly from the website of the Office of Fair Trading. That's www.oft.gov.uk. If you need any advice around your particular circumstances or your business's particular situation, please get in contact with us. I am Brendon Christian, Director at Christian, the law firm. Thank you very much indeed.